This is the Supergirl of San Francisco here in Concord, California, just outside the BART station. And I wanted to update with everyone about how things are going. I just took the COVID vaccine, the Johnson & Johnson No More Tears vaccine. Gotta say, feeling pretty good right now. It's been almost 24 hours and I'm starting to feel somewhat normal compared to yesterday. There's a lot going on besides getting vaccinated, which is very important, by the way. I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about where I've been, why you haven't seen me, what I've been doing, and what I plan on doing, which has been extremely difficult and hard to manage given the pandemic and everything else that we had to deal with in the last 4 years. So right now, I'm at home in my apartment. Well, at least I was. But things have been really hard for my heart because, oh, look, there's a goose back there. See the goose? There's a goose. It's a goose. A wild random goose appears. Yep, there you go. So that's cool. So, I haven't been out on the street as the Supergirl in San Francisco. And I have a lot of reasons for that. My health has been bad. My body has been bad. And while I've been gone, my heart has been sad because I see that things have gotten worse in the city of San Francisco, not better. And I know there's hope around the corner and people have vaccines, but I see the same age-old problems that have been compounded by COVID. And it breaks my heart. Every time I go downtown, the United Nations Plaza, it's empty, it's drained, people are hurting each other, knives, stabbings, shootings, and I'm not doing my part. I am ready to start doing my part, but I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. I need the city of San Francisco to come together right now over me. Boom, boom, boom. No, really, because I am ready to do it. My body hurts. It's hard to move around. I'm overweight. I've gained so much weight during the pandemic. I feel like a bloated balloon in a blimp. And, but I know that we can get this thing turned around. This is an opportunity, by the way, for all you Star Trek fans out there. This is an opportunity for us in the 21st century to do things right in the city of San Francisco and the Bay Area. This is supposed to be Starfleet, the Federation, in real life. Not just... That was the whole point of making a series like that, was to get people to think about how things are supposed to be. In the 24th century, there is no poverty. In the 24th century, there is hardly any, there's conflict, but it's nothing like this. The conflicts are minor and doable and solvable, and medicines have been found, and people are starting to treat each other with respect, and we've advanced. But the thing is, San Francisco has a responsibility, and I have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility to come together and make it work. And so part of the thing that I'll be doing is volunteering on the street in my costume again. I'm going to bring my cart. I'm going to start bringing people water. There's no water at the United Nations Plaza. The Homeless Coalition just said there wasn't any water. And I'm like, where's the water fountain for all these people? And there's no water there. So I'm going to bring water. I'm going to bring whatever I can bring on my own. I'm going to start giving my own stuff away. I'm going to start going downtown to the United Nations Plaza and showing up as Supergirl and as Ensign Strickland from the Federation, from Starfleet. That's me, Ensign Sean Strickland. I'm making up a character and then trying to make it. I'm going to get a Star Trek costume, probably going to be TNG, because I relate with TNG the most, and Voyager. They're all good. But yeah, and there it is. My heart is always wanting to be seeing what can change in this city, and I know we're capable of doing it. The private sector, the businesses, the city, all of us have to come together to make it work. Part of that making work for me has been my lovely little clear mask here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to start selling these for $5 a piece. And I'm only going to make like a few cents per mask. And that's it. And on some of them, I'm actually going to lose money. You see, even with makeup on, by the way, I have makeup on. Plus I have the mask, which is a clear mask. And as you can see, it's a regular mask here, but it's a face shield here, and you can actually see me speaking, and it's clearer, isn't it? Now I can actually have a conversation, and you can see and tell what I'm trying to convey to you. So that's part of Make America Smile Again. That's my campaign, by the way. I'm doing what President Lex Luthor couldn't do. That's the goal here. I know I make lofty goals, but then so did he. So does he. And look, this is just part of it. So the other part of Making America Smile Again is to give people comedy, is to give people closure, is to give people justice, is to give people unity. All these things have to happen before we can become unified. And in America especially, this business of red versus blue, it has to stop. It has to end. It's nonsense. It's garbage. It's fiddlesticks. It's what does the President Joe Biden call it? Oh, it's malarkey. That's what it is. And I'm tired of it, man. My spirit can't take any more. Anyway, I want people to get serious about COVID-19 and taking this thing seriously. I've had my vaccine. I had tests. I have done everything I've had to do. I believe I was sick with COVID-19 back in January when I met Kevin Smith and Jay and Silent Bob, that little thing in Oakland. So I have been sick for a year. And I want everyone to know that this is not some damn government conspiracy, even though I know that there is stuff going on in the government that's weird. I don't think that this particular thing would be one of them. So let's put that aside and just, that's a misnomer. That's not real. I want you, as a Supergirl of San Francisco and as Sean Strickland, to get vaccinated so that we don't have to do this anymore, so that we don't have to have any kind of mask. And that, people can go about like they did before. I mean, it's only been a year, but I can barely remember that time. I want to be able to hug strangers and handshakes and all that wonderful stuff that I had no problem doing before. It'll have to be different, but it's going to have to be also, we're going to have to bring hugs back. If anything else, we have to have hugs again. Because that's another thing I'm going to work on. While we're in the midst of this pandemic, I promised a friend of mine named Sean Haynes that I would create a hug wall and put that in the United Nations Plaza. So twice a week I'll bring this hug wall. It's a plastic wall with a PVC pipe, and it has removable gloves that you attach to the sides. Other people are doing it, so I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm not sure what to call it yet, but it's definitely a hug wall. We'll figure it out. I'm not sure if it's going to be Star Trek themed or what it is going to be, but it's just going to be there and available for people that need hugs, because I need a hug too. So, and those who have been vaccinated, by the way, the CDC says that if you have been vaccinated and your household has been vaccinated, then you are pretty cool to go as far as being around say about 8 guests in your house that are all been vaccinated. You can have those kind of gatherings again. How about that? That sounds good to me. Private little small gatherings, that's kind of how I like it anyway. So, that's just part of it. I'm going to keep this short because I tend to ramble on, but I just want to say that's why I've been gone, because I've been in pain along with the rest of you. But I'm back in some form or another. You got the reference. Anyways, this is going to change. I have some skits, I have some plans to make things interesting, to make people think, to make people talk, learn, listen. I'm going to speak in public. I'm going to offer my help, my services as a volunteer. I'm just going to do whatever it takes. And to bring attention to things, I'm going to stand in front of hospitals and put a big sign that says, thank you first responders. And not all superheroes wear capes, right? So attract attention to the people that need to be praised and where the problems are. So anyways, God bless you on this Psalm Sunday, and I am out.